Okay, so let me share my screen. Able to see, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So whenever you come to any tool part, right, we have two types. One is like open source and licensed or commercial.
Yes.
So any differences?
Yes, yes. Open source is available with free of cost.
Mm-hmm.
The license one we have to purchase it now.
Correct. So in the perform testing, we have a few tools available in both sessions. The first thing in available open source is JMeter.
Okay.
Okay. And at the same
Hmm.
time, in the license commercial, we'll have first preference will be on load runner.
Okay.
Okay. So here load runner is most famous for like very big clients where they can afford
Hmm.
the license cost.
Okay.
Okay, that's why. Because why they won't prefer open source, why they prefer even the cost is higher, right? Due to security.
Yeah.
Because company projects like banking, insurance, no, they don't want
Hmm.
to use open source to leak or something happen to their application. So
Okay.
as a commercial tool, right, they will provide the guarantee things to you while using the tool. So that's why they are preferring to run. But these days, right,
Okay.
like this is like a
Hmm.
law around 5 to 10 years back. But these days, people are slowly moving to JMeter.
Okay.
Okay, because JMeter are also
Hmm.
updating their own versions, providing a lot of features compared to this. So like last 3 to 4 years, right, lot of projects are migrated from Lodan to JMeter
Okay.
due to the main license cost. Because JMeter is free and it has a lot of
Hmm.
features and it's supporting various things and it has like continuous support in the internet and the community charts. Okay,
Hmm.
so apart from
Okay.
this commercial tool, we have RFT, Rational Functional Tester, which is IBM. Okay, and uh, we have Visual Studio Load. Okay, Visual Studio. Okay, and we have some more tools are there like Neoload. Okay, so if you learn load runner properly, right, you are able to execute all other commercial tools.
Okay.
Okay, but mostly all the tools is similar to the load runner.
Hmm.
Okay, so these are the less cost and they support only few protocols, but not like a
Hmm.
load runner. Load runner will support a lot of protocols, but these are very low cost, but support the specific protocol. That's why people will prefer whenever they're using that particular protocol and they don't want to use any other protocols, then they will go with these tools.
Okay.
Okay, and same way in the JMeter, the open source we have Gatling, okay, Grinder. There are other tools, but these are prior important in the open source. Okay, so out of these tools, why JMeter is famous and why they are not other tools? Okay, so let's see. So in a general, right, if you take any company, they may be having a development team or manual or automation testers.
Hmm.
Correct. So if they want to do a start a load test, so they need to hire the performance tester.
Hmm.
Correct. But most of the companies won't be having a specific budget, so they can't. So they want to train their existing employees to use the tool.
Okay.
Correct. So if only automation tester is able to run the tool means that's fine. But we have in our team we have a lot of manual testers as well,
Hmm.
and we have developers as well, and everyone wants to learn the tool. Okay. So then let's take first one is the UI. So JMeter has the UI. I mean, you can run the tool, you can use the tool based on the UI. Generally, if you take any tool, right, like if you take Selenium, there is no, you have to write the code.
Hmm.
But whereas JMeter, you don't have to do that. You can use existing components available in the UI, you can do that. So any tester, manual tester, automation, any can use it. If it's only coding, right? So manual tester
Hmm.
may not able to do that because you need to learn the
Yeah.
coding.
Hmm.
Okay. Whereas if you take a Gatling, no, it's like a semi. When few options will be available in the AF, you have to code.
Okay.
Okay, and Grinder, it's completely coding. Right? Next, environment. Yeah, environment supports all like Unix, Windows, Mac, Gatling also all. But Grinder, it's only Unix. Okay, next, integrations. Integration, nothing but you can integrate JMeter with any other open source. Like you can integrate JMeter Selenium. You can integrate JMeter within DBs. You can integrate any JMeter, any low visualization tools. It's all possible with JMeter. That too only open source, because JMeter is also open source, right? Where the Gatling is no and Grinder no. Okay, then coding. So if you want to write the code as well, JMeter is possible.
Oh.
Obviously, other tools are also there because they're completely based on JMeter code. So you can customize your code as in JMeter. If you don't want to use the existing components, you can use write a code and do forever new code.
Okay.
Okay. And languages. What languages you can use? So in JMeter, right, it supports Java, JavaScript, Bean Shell, Groovy.
Ravi.
Yeah.
Ravi, one second, please.
Sure.
Sorry, Ravi.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, please.
Yep. So languages, you can write the coding below things: Java, JavaScript, Bean Shell, Groovy. Either of the language you can use and you can write JMeter. Whereas in Gatling, you have to write Scala. And a Grinder, it's a Python. So now JMeter supports C, not a single language, supports different languages if you want to use. Okay. So due to all these advantages, JMeter is getting fans. Okay. And JMeter is from the 1990s, 95 around 2000 time. But it got famous in the last 10 years, 10 to 12 years only, not before. Because JMeter before versions, right? Like you can say before around 1.7 version, it doesn't have much features. It has a lot of bugs there, and couldn't support most of the things. A lot of errors. So people are not preferring that. But after this one, no, they are trying to fix it most of the bugs and providing support and like everyone is supporting it. So slowly for every version, they are developing it. And that's why it's getting famous slowly in the last 10 12 years, not before. Okay. So currently JMeter version is 5.4. Okay. So now you understood, right? Basic tools available in the market and JMeter.
Yeah, Ravi. Clear.
Yeah. So now let's go to our JMeter website. So this is the official website of JMeter. Whether you have any doubt in the theoretical part, you can come and you can understand jmeter.apache.org.
Okay.
Official website where JMeter covers everything. Okay. So if J stands for Java in JMeter. Okay, Java, because the tool completely written on the Java. So if you want to use run the tool, you need a Java in your system. Okay, and it's Apache, the founded by Apache. Okay, so that's why it's from
Okay.
Apache Geometry. Like Apache is doing, right. They provide a lot of open source tools like servers, DBs, configuration, a lot of things they provide Apache. Same way
Hmm.
they like this is also from another tool. Okay,
Okay.
now let's go download releases. Okay, so if you see here, the current version is 5.4.1
Hmm.
and it says required Java 8 plus, means from the Java 8 you can use this version. Okay,
Okay.
so how we will check what are the version in our system? CMD Java
Underscore version.
version
Single.
single. Okay, it's 1.8.0, so that I can use this version. Okay, and you can see we have two folders, binaries and source.
Hmm.
So binaries means it's executable. I mean, if you
Hmm.
want to use the tool as it is, the things, right, you can use a binaries. But
Mhm.
if you want to customize the tool based on you have a one new requirement, right? You have one some
Mhm.
custom thing.
Hmm.
We want to
Hmm.
customize the in the tool itself, not the code which
Hmm.
I've mentioned earlier, right? This is a tool itself. So
Hmm.
so then you can use a source. Source is nothing but our logic, the open. I mean, I told you, right? It's open source. So you know how JMeter is written, what they're using. So you can
Yeah. Yeah.
download the source and you can customize the code and you can build the jar and you can use it.
Hmm. Okay.
So mostly in our cases, we don't have to do that. We will have to directly use the tool, right? So we'll go with the binaries. Okay. And you can see here two folders are there, no? Dot DZ and dot zip.
Hmm.
So dot DZ for like mostly Unix and Mac and zip is for the Windows.
Okay.
Okay, just click on it. Let's start download. Right. So let's already just open it. Okay, where you will extract it and you will see like this.
Hmm.
Right. So out of this bin folder is very important. Where bin is having the like most of the all JMeter scripts inside everything in the bin folder.
Okay.
Okay. And lib is a folder where you can integrate other tools. As I mentioned, it's Selenium, DB, what are the tools you want to integrate, right? You can integrate it by using this folder. Lib libraries. Lib is nothing but libraries. Okay, so backup, docs, list are like normal folders. Okay, how to concentrate bin and lib. So let's go to bin folder, and you will see a lot of things here. The the first command you have to use is jmeter.bat. If you're not able to see the extensions, right, in our
Hmm.
machine, just enable the extensions. View file name extensions.
Hmm.
Okay, and you'll see jmeter.bat. Bat is nothing but Windows batch file where it will run on the Windows system. If you see .sh, right, it is a for Unix shell script.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you're using Windows machine, so you will go just Windows. Just click on jmeter.bat.
Hmm.
So one of the way to open tool is the jmeter.bat. Okay, so if you
Okay.
observe it, it will open the command prompt and it will open the tool.
Hmm.
Correct. So if you close this
Hmm.
command prompt, right, the tool will close automatically. Okay, so you have to be careful because if you suddenly close it and if you don't save anything, right, it will go on. The script is gone.
Okay.
Okay, so why it is
Hmm.
opening like this? Because whenever you open it, click on jmeter.bat, right, it will check some conditions and prerequisites in your machine.
Okay.
So then it allows to open JMeter. If something wrong, it won't open. Okay, so this is a better way open of it, because you will know if something wrong with machine, right? And it will display the error here clearly. Okay, see, let's say if I
So
close
this
this.
problem, JMeter was not opening, like it will send any
So
error.
if there is some issue with the Java, some issue with the certificates, so JMeter won't open.
Okay.
Okay, so to debugging easily, command prompt will open. So if I close this command prompt, right, see JMeter also close.
Okay.
So if you observe, let's open the jmeter.bat script file. Okay, so I just opened that bat file. Bat file nothing but it's calling the JMeter jar by checking some things. Okay, see what is it's checking? See if there is a no Java, right? There is some Java 9 version or some Java version, it will throw the error. And if it's a see, it will check the Java version. If it's a Larry tool, right, it will throw error.
Okay.
Otherwise, you don't know, right? It is not opening, and you don't know what is happening exactly. Okay, and like kind of this less logics are there. Based on this logic, it will open the tool. So it simply calls the jar file. Also, so whenever if all the conditions are met, right, it has to open JMeter, na? So let me show you how it's open. So it check all the conditions. So I think here it's opening. Start JMeter. Okay. Yeah. So it's opening what is the Apache jar. So you can also open directly. See, let's go to this jar. This is jar. Open source tools will always come with like .jar, because you can check the code inside it. Whereas if you see .ex, right, then you can't check what is in the ex, because it's a commercial, no? They don't want to expose their logic and conditions. Okay, so if you simply click on JMeter jar, it will open. It will open only if everything is there. But if something wrong, right, it won't open. It will throw error, and you don't know what is that error.
Okay.
So always advisable to use open with the JMeter.bat. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other way of opening JMeter is, let me close this. You can open a command prompt from here, CMD. So instead of opening CMD and giving the location, right, I'm directly opening the CMD from here. Okay, now we are in that location. So in this location, if you give this JMeter,
But okay.
tell me.
No, I don't know this option.
Okay. So just go to bin location, and if you just enter JMeter, it opens. So here this will act as a checking command prompt.
Okay.
It will check whatever there are not, then it will do that. Okay. So if any of the things, if JMeter is not able to open, always check first the Java point of view.
Okay. Okay.
If there's something wrong with the Java or something wrong with their files, then it won't open. Okay. So this is JMeter. Okay. And if you see all this like normal cut, paste, copy, file, open. The main things are the run button. 1 minute.
Okay. Ravi, you are on mute. Your voice is not audible.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Yeah, Ravi.
Oh no, that's why I got a call. That's why I kept
Okay,
it
okay.
muted.
You were simply your mouse is dragging, no? So I thought you drop it.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Right. See, so this is run button.
Mm.
So this run button is a where main. Whatever the scripts under test plan, it will run it.
Okay.
Okay. And when you're running script, if you want to stop, you will just stop button.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if you observe any other tools, right? If you run the first line and while running the second time, right, it will clear the first time run results and it will display only second time
Hmm.
automatically. That's common in any tool.
Hmm.
But in
Hmm.
JMeter, it won't.
Hmm.
If you keep on
Yeah.
running, if you're changing some script you can write, it won't clear the previous result.
Hmm.
Why? Because as we are debugging and we want to compare the data of everything, right? That's why they will keep the results.
Okay.
If you, but most of the time you don't want to maintain that because we are saving it, or
Hmm.
sometimes we are taking that. So in that case, you have to use this clear button
Hmm.
before running, so that it will clear, everything will be clean and run it. And same as like
Okay.
a ID, right? You know, right? IntelliJ, Eclipse, those things. The
Hmm.
same way to
Hmm.
debug, we have debugger.
Okay.
Like suppose we have 100 APIs in our script, and some at some point it's failing, some error correlation or something is failing, and you don't know how to debug. That's what this debugger will help you. Okay. Now,
Could you please repeat it again? I don't.
suppose if you take a
Debug.
so have you worked on Eclipse and IntelliJ?
Mm.
Like
Yeah, Eclipse I have.
we'll write
Mm.
some code, right? Some small code.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
in that code, if you don't know which line it's breaking, no, we'll use the debug.
Okay. Okay. I got it. Got it.
Same way, JMeter also we have debugger where you have some
Okay.
10 or 100 endpoints in our script, in JMeter script.
Hmm.
And it's failing at some time and you want to know, like you have a lot of variables in your script and you want to know why it's failing, then use this debugger.
Okay.
So they help us to fetch and track your APIs and variables.
Identify. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a time where display elapsed time.
Okay.
Elapsed time means our script running time. So when you click on run button, right, the time will start, and when it stop, the stop time will stop. So this we call script execution time, not response times. Suppose it says 10
Oh.
seconds, no, the script is completed in 10 seconds. Your
Mm-hmm.
script means suppose you have 100 endpoints. So 100 endpoints was
Hmm.
complete in the 10 seconds, but it's not response and
Hmm.
it's only elapsed time.
Okay.
Okay. And if any errors are there in our script, right? Your like suppose if configuration is not on the application side, in our scripting side.
Okay.
So you have written some code, you have written some endpoints. So if there is an error in the tool based on tool side, you have to use estimator
Hmm.
mark.
Okay.
You just click on it, it will display errors here. You see,
Log.
you can drag it. If you clear on it, errors will be gone. You can see
Okay.
0. Okay, and 0 by 0. 0 by 0 is helps us to track the users. So denominator
Okay.
represents the total number of users. Suppose you're running 100, right? So your denominator always will be
Hmm.
100. So the numerator will represent actual number of results, actual number of users. How
Okay.
many current users are running? Because based on your load model configuration, the numbers will vary.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the basic options of JMeter, which you have to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is a standard version.
Okay.
Standard version of JMeter. And we have other concept called plugins.
Mhm.
So why
Okay.
plugins and what plugins is open source, no? And like and we can't know that like everyone has same requirement, they have same tool. Each project has different
Mm-hmm.
requirement and different use cases. You don't know, right?
Yeah.
Who will get a different
Hmm.
use case. And like the features in our world, right? No tool can't support all the things. Correct.
Hmm.
So what JMeter guys will do now? Suppose I have the source, right? The source of JMeter. and I have written the I'll tell you when coding comes, right? I written small code in JMeter to achieve some task.
Okay.
Okay, so if I know that like this code might helpful someone in somewhere in the world,
Mm-hmm.
so someone can use it, right? They don't have to suppose if they
Yeah.
don't know the coding, right? They can't run it. I mean, they can't write it.
Mm-hmm.
So in that cases, no, we can contribute to the developers.
Okay.
We can suppose you have some logic you have written there. So and one component you have built it on our own. So if you assume that if this component will help someone, right, you can contribute your code to JMeter team. So
Okay.
then they will made it as a plugins.
Mm-hmm.
JMeter plugins. The website is jmeter-plugins.org. Okay, so this is where extra features will be there.
Okay.
A lot of things will be there. A lot of new things. So whoever the contributor, and it will come here. Okay, so just click on install. So you have downloaded the jar, and you keep have to in the lib external.
Okay.
Okay, so lib and external, right? Let's go to JMeter folder. This is whenever they say lib and external, right? You have to check in the your so this is a root. Okay, lib and external, and you have to just paste the folder jar. Okay, so and whenever you do these things, right, like copying the jars and pasting, you have to always restart to reflect the new changes.
Okay.
Otherwise, the changes won't be reflected. Okay, so as I already have jar it, right, it will display here. So earlier without the jar, right, you will see you can't see this option before the jar. But once you kept the jar and restart JMeter, you will see the option here.
Okay.
Just click on plugin manager and it will display all I already installed. For it will display the available plugins
Okay.
for you, right? Because you have now use plugins, so that it will display for under available plugins. For mine, I installed already. That will display under I installed plugins.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So just select everything, whatever the install you want to select, and there is some problem with this window. What you have to do is you have to just resize the window. And you will see apply changes and restart JMeter.
Okay.
Okay, so just click on apply changes and restart JMeter. It will download for you everything and then install, and it will restart automatically.
Okay.
Okay, so sometimes if you are doing this in your office machine, right? Sometimes you will see here error here. Your can't able download kind of error you will see. See now I'm seeing downloading. But in your office machines, sometimes you will see fail to download something like that because that of the proxy.
Okay.
Because company system won't allow, right? Some website directly. So you have to open JMeter in a proxy command and you have to install it via proxy. That we'll discuss in the command lines. Okay.
Okay.
So open so it's restarting automatically. Okay, and if you see so the components which starts with like this, no, it is like standard version. Where if you see the components like JP at the rate of GC is the plugins.
Okay.
Okay, it's like JP at the GC means JMeter plugins at the rate of Google code.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so when it's mentioning that okay, you should differentiate okay this component from plugins and this component standard version. Okay, so now the tool part and plugins part clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this tool is completely dependent on the APIs. It requires APIs as an input.
Okay.
So first goal is whether you are using what type of application, could be backend application, could be your application, you have to fetch the APIs and give it to this JMeter. JMeter will execute only APIs.
Okay.
Endpoints, not endpoints, like it's better to use API.
Okay.
Okay, so whether your application or backend application, you have to do fetch the APIs and give the JMeter, otherwise JMeter can't run.
Mhm.
Okay, so how to fetch that? So let's open a Chrome. Okay, let's take this website only. So if I do inspect network, suppose if I do something, right, you can see, right, all the APIs are getting started.
Hmm.
So with this, all the APIs, this page is getting loaded. So we will put the load on this API directly. It's not on the UI.
Mhm.
Okay, so you have to capture this APIs and give the JMeter. If it's a 1 or 2, right, we can write manually. Correct. But if you have multiple things and multiple flows, multiple pages, no, you can't do manual. So that's why
Mhm.
we'll go with the recorder.
Okay.
Got it? We need APIs. How will fetch it? Either you do manually, write one by one, or you have to do some script to get fetch it. That's where recorder will come.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. So JMeter has one recorder where it will fetch it, but it has some limitations. Okay. So if you want to avoid those limitations, we'll go with the BlazeMeter.
Okay.
BlazeMeter recorder. Okay. So we'll discuss the BlazeMeter as well, but you know, right, BlazeMeter recorder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Either of the option you can use to recorder. So like, so why we have to prefer BlazeMeter mostly, right? In a company, no, we can't set proxy. Sometimes
Hmm.
we are not able to do that. So at that time, JMeter record won't work if you are not able to set the proxy. So that's why we'll go to BlazeMeter plugin. It's simply don't have to any proxy, and it supports the any only Chrome version. That's the limitation there. If your application not working in the Chrome, then you can't do anything. So the application is work on the Chrome, then only BlazeMeter record will work.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's go to JMeter recorder. So you know any idea how JMeter recording works? No, you know, right? You know how to do that. What is the logic behind that? How the things are in place?
Logic, I don't know. Ram.
Okay. So before doing anything, right, just understand how the things are working. So that
Okay.
whenever you got any error at a stuck any time, you can debug on your own. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. Let's open the MS. So in our office machines, right? We can't access the some websites like Facebook, Gmail. Right? Do you know how they are restricting it?
Through some, they will ban. I think they will ban those.
Yeah. How? But there could be some way, right? Some tool, no? It's not human, right? If you say to you, kind of. So what they use, they will use some servers. Okay, there will be some proxy servers. Okay, so if you in the systems, right? If you check their Internet Explorer, okay, like this machine has the. Let's take the proxy setting in my machine. Okay, so if you check in that machines, right, you will see here it is on, and you see some IPs here, and you are not allowed to on off because you don't have admin rights.
Okay.
You will see some IP. Just observe it. Okay, so what happens now? This is the proxy server of your machine. So whatever the internet, if you want to use, right, the traffic, it will go to this proxy. The whole system will be controlled by this proxy only. Suppose I'm hitting something here, right? It will go to that proxy, then it will go to internet. Okay. So how the things will be there now? Let's see. So this is your machine. This is the proxy server, and this is the internet. Let's take a browser. Okay, and this is the internet, and this is the proxy server. Okay, so whatever you hit it right in the browser, it will go to the server and the internet, and you'll get the response back.
Okay.
But you don't know all those things. I mean, generally we don't know that because it's internal, right? So if you hit the API URL, you're getting response. Okay. Sometimes if it's something, it won't, because the request will control in the proxy server. In the proxy server, they will write a script. If the request is like this one, based on domain something, it will block it, and the allow will allow it. Okay, because here, see here, this proxy browser is listening to this proxy server. That's why I'm able to achieve this one.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't control it. Same way, JMeter record will work. Same way, JMeter record will work. JMeter recorder. Okay, what we'll do, right? We'll make JMeter record as a server.
Yeah, okay.
And I will point that server to my browser. So that it will record my APIs and it will store in a JMX file.
Yeah.
Got it? Same simple, right? Like server will make and point into the browser, so that whatever I hit in the browser, it will go to this recorder to internet. So at that time, it will save all the APIs. Okay, so let's see that. So as a first, right, we have a lot of components to achieve to run any test. So we don't know the thing which component is required, because there are around 300 components out there. Once you're familiar, once you're habituated to the tool, then you will know, okay, this component is required for this one, this component is for that one. Right. So till that part, we always advisable to use the templates.
Okay.
Till when you're new, till you understand the tool correctly. Okay. Templates. So first we'll start with the recording only. Okay. So just click on the template here. And you can see recording. Okay. And click on create. Just click on create. Okay, you can see it added the components which required for the recording.
Okay.
If otherwise, if you're not using the template set, you have to add this component manually, one by one. So in the starting, you may forget or we don't know from where to add.
Yeah.
Correct. So always advisable to use templates till you understand the things.
Okay.
Okay, just click on the recorder. You see the recorder component. Just click on the recorder, and you will see these options.
Okay.
Okay. So this will act as a server. You want to click on start. This is record server start. Okay. And you will see port number here. Means it will run this on particular port.
Okay.
Any application, right? Any application, any server should be running on port only. Okay. So you can give any port number here. Any 4-digit to 5-digit port number, which should be free. Free means no other application using that port.
Okay.
Okay. So let's give 5555. Any port, whatever you want, and click on start.
Okay.
And click on start, it will give one pop-up and say first time, right? It asks you to allow, just click on allow. And you can see some certificate is generated, then it opened this pop-up. Means now recorder is on this port.
Okay.
Now where is JMeter running? JMeter is running my machine, right? This machine.
Yeah.
So if you want to access this machine, we can access it by localhost 5555 call.
Okay.
If someone friends want to access this machine, then they'll give IP of this machine and 555.
Okay.
Got it right? So
Ravi, now do we want to set this uh, proxy number into our internet settings as well?
that's the next step.
Okay.
Okay, right. So you have the right one. Click on start. You will get one pop-up says certificate is generated. Okay, let me show you. That is very important. So on click on start again. This is the certificate. Certificate
Yeah,
generated,
yeah.
valid of 7 days. It's in the bin location.
Hmm.
Okay, then it starts this pop-up. Now your server is ready. Proxy server.
Hmm.
Proxy server is ready with the host local host and 555. So now you want to configure this port and server in the browser so that whatever you enter in the browser, it will go to JMeter. Correct. So here as a purpose, I will be using the Firefox. You can use any browser. Okay, let's use the Firefox. Let me download the Firefox quickly. Otherwise, you can use the Chrome, right? For the Chrome browser, it is related to this setting only. Chrome don't have own proxy server.
We need to go to internet settings.
Internet settings, because Chrome doesn't have support. Whereas Firefox will support on its own. Because see, why we are not preferring this? No, if while we testing, right? If you want to use our application, because suppose see, when I am kept here, now I can kept this JMeter proxy here, localhost and the 555. But at that time, if I stop my JMeter, no, you won't get internet to your system.
Yeah, I have faced it.
Because it's blocked, and you want to debug or you want to test some other things, that we can't search the internet. You have to make it on and only do that. Otherwise, you have to make it off and do that. So it's like a little bit clumsy process. So that's why advice would use the download this Firefox.
Okay.
If you want, see, that's a compulsory, then we'll do on and off and we'll do that. Okay, so not advisable. Okay, because system, let it be system, let it be our Firefox, so that we can access the internet on two sides. So this won't take much time. Let's see. Okay, the tool is ready. So let's go to settings here. Settings and search for the proxy. And you will see here by default using system proxy. Now we'll keep a manual proxy. And you will use where JMeter is running localhost. So you can give localhost, or you can give 127.0.0.1, or you can use water system IP CMD. IP config. Okay, its IP is 192.168.29.55. Anything you can give here.
Okay.
Okay, so always use to localhost better.
Localhost.
There won't be any confusion. And which port? Where is the what is the port number you are given there? 555. And you make sure you should check this option. Okay, just check.
Okay.
Otherwise, it won't record few APIs.
Okay.
Okay, and just click on OK.
Hmm.
So now this browser is pointed to this JMeter server. So whatever I hit here, right, it will go to
Proxy.
proxy and it will go and
JMeter.
it will save in my JMeter.
Hmm.
Okay, let's say click on Wikipedia and let's see in the JMeter. So just enable thread group and let's wait for the recording here. Oh, we got some things here. Okay, so we are recording to proxy, right?
Hmm.
So if you take the internet, I mean the server, the requests are coming from the JMeter, correct? Not from the browser.
Okay.
Okay, so some applications of security, so they won't allow if the request is from unknown source.
Okay.
See, from the internet means internet from it to go to server, right? From the server, it will check what is the origin of the request.
Okay.
So what is the origin here? I mean, from where it's coming? It's coming from JMeter recorder. Correct. So it is unknown for the application because the common things are browsers only. The request is coming from the browser, then it's a common generic. But if request is from the tools, it could be hacking also possible, right? So they won't allow the request. That's why you'll see this error sometimes.
Okay.
Safely connecting site and there's no certificate kind of. So what you have to write, we have to add certificate.
Okay.
Certificate. What certificate? Certificate nothing but I am telling that my request is authorized by using the certificate. So along with the request, right, I will send a certificate as well. So that server will authenticate certificate because certificate can be generated by only a few authorities. So that's why when we click on recording, right, it says some certificate generated. So that certificate you have to add a browser whenever you're getting this error. Some dummy applications, no, they won't put some security, then it allow it. But some applications won't allow it.
Okay.
So just click on advanced. Okay, and see now it says that something is there. So now what you have to do, right? Go to settings and check for certificate. View certificate. Okay, and in the authorities, right? Just go to import and let's go to our bin location. See certificate generated. So when I click on record, right, it's 24/6. Just click on open and just select these two options and okay. And okay. Okay, now let's refresh this page. See, now we got the data. We did get error, right? Because we passed in certificate so that it's authorized. And if you check in JMeter, see it recorded the
Results.
API. See wikipedia.com.
Okay.
So whatever you do on this browser, now everything will be captured. So let's click on English here. Okay, see it captured all the things. So what the page loaded, right? It will load everything.
Okay.
Okay. So this kind of way we do recording.
Okay.
So now if you have any issues, right? Now you know how to do a setup a proxy and how to debug it. If something wrong or something fails. So main thing is certificate and a port. So always advisable to use the certificate immediately. Even though if you forgot sometime application, right? It's better to always certificate so that by starting itself, it will run everything in a smooth flow.
Okay.
Okay. It's clear, right? Regarding? Yep. So let me stop the recording.